Hey everybody, this is Captain Yeet here for you for another My Hero Academia manga chapter reaction slash review. This is going to be My Hero Academia manga chapter 353. So let's get into it. And this chapter came out mad early. It is very rare chapters come out early. They usually come out around like 3 or 4, sometimes even 6 or 7. I check my phone every now and then. I like click refresh, and it's 1:04. Well, when I checked, it was 12:50, but I had to get dressed and set everything up. But it was like 12. The chapter came out mad early. They rarely do this. The last time I remember this was like around Christmas time, and no, was it Christmas? No. It was I think maybe I don't know. It was a while ago. It was a long while ago. I was at my sister's house and I refreshed it, and it was early. I think it was around Christmas time. But anyway, let's get into this chapter because I am really pumped to see if the fight is going to continue, or I guess if it kind of looked like it ended last time with that nice ultimate move from Todoroki, Arctic Tsunami. That is such a cool name. I don't know. Let's get into the chapter. The first panel, well, it's not even a panel, it's a cover art page, probably like the next manga cover art. It looks really cool. You see Todoroki with his hand out like this. His hair's going crazy. Flames on one side, and it's flames on the other side, but it's like blue flames. So it's like could be like ice or not. It's like wavy like flame. So he's doing the thing he did last chapter when he was showing it off at everybody inside of UA or inside of class 1A. But I guess half of it's gonna be cool, and the whole thing was cold. Remember, Kaminari was touching it. I don't know, but half of it's blue fire, half of it's regular orange and red fire, and it says devote every last bit of yourself. Every last bit of yourself devotes. Unless I'm reading the B word is like blocked off by Todoroki's head, so I can't really see what that word's supposed to be. But I don't know. Let me turn on the brightness so it's not glaring too badly in my glasses. And let's continue the first panel. Oh, he's still up. Oh, what? Okay, the first panel is Todoroki, and he's all beat up. And then obviously right next to him is Dabi, and it looks like there's still flames coming out and everything. And his eyes are completely white. And burning, she's still up, and she says, secured. Dabi has been secured. And everybody's rejoicing. I thought he was still up, because that would have kind of looked like there's still flames coming out of his mouth, so I thought he was still up, but I guess Dabi's done. That's the end of the fight. I mean, it wasn't the longest fight in the world, but I guess not every fight has to be like that. And I mean, he was burning himself up hard, so I doubt that fight could have lasted super long anyway. But anyway, Dabi's done. There's a ton of heroes on the ground. One random girl hero. It kind of looked like that kung fu hero from the first movie. Fighting against his own brother must have been so distressing. Even so, he managed to win. That kid, he beat that absurd wielder of blue flames, Shoto. And Todoroki's I don't know what he called it, but the vest thing on his chest and on his back is spewing out a bunch of steam because it does help him cool off and stuff. And then that giant Nomu from before that was in the distance. Unless we cut somewhere else, there's a giant Nomu going crazy, and there's a ton of heroes trying to take it down. Follow up on Soto. Yeah, okay, this is the same place. Follow up on Soto's work. All that remains is his fat tail. They're talking about the Nomu. Throw everything we've got at it. We've got the numbers advantage now. We've got lucky. We got the lucky draw here. We didn't have to face any of the Tartarus escapees, such as Kun, Idea, and Ghastly. We gotta make sure to share our luck with our colleagues. These poor bums have to face the escapees. Also, they must be crazy strong, man. They are super glad they didn't get none of the escapees. We see a silhouette of one dude sort of hunched over, and we see a silhouette of another guy with an umbrella, and we see another silhouette that's kind of blocked off by the text boxes, but you can clearly see he has dreads. And I remember when it was that chapter when all the heroes and the villains were all coming out of their own portals and they were coming at each other. I remember in that little cluster of villains, I'm that's a new guy. He's black and he had dreads. I remember that. I was yo, that's somebody new. So I guess he wanted the escapees. He looks like he's pretty nasty. They're like they are so happy they didn't get them. So I wonder who got them. He's either at the All for One fight or he's still in the parking lot of Fat Gum. Because other than that, it's where Morocco was. We saw who was there, and then where Shigaraki was. We already saw who's there. So he either has to be. Well, all the escapees are either with Fat Gum or All for One. I guess we'll see. The news of Dabi's defeat made its way to Kamino Ward, the center of operations where Tatsuki and the others were stationed. Ahmed looks up and he looks really sad. And he looks down and he starts to cry a little bit, and he says, "Young Todoroki, although Midoriya has been sent to a different location, we've made a good start so far. You have to be the one to tell them, All Might." Yuko Hospital ruins in front of the Gyakumakia containment. Oh. Yo, that's not good. There's a whole war. There's tons. Hey, Class 1B. I was wondering. Okay, so we cut right in front of the Gyakumakia's like containment facility, and there's a ton of villains there. So obviously they're able to get him out. That's not going to be good. And I was wondering, why is it only Class 1A people helping out? There's a ton. There's Class 1B, and we literally see Mina. I forgot her name. But we see that girl from Class 1B with the hat, and she can control. She can like make things bigger or smaller, or like non-living things bigger or smaller. We also see the girl that looks like a ghost girl who has hair over her side. Over her one side of her face. We see her, and she can. She has telekinesis for things that's non-living, and it has to be like around the same weight of a normal human. Unless she get better at it, she can do like cars and stuff. We also see Mudman. I forgot his name, but Mudman. The announcement was made across every battlefield. So they just got speakers. They got speakers everywhere. We see the slime villain from like episode 1. Other than that, I can't really see who else is in this cluster on the first page. And then on the other page we see and Manetta's there too with Mina. I don't know why. Todoroki did his best. We see Mount Lady. All right. Mount Lady's in the charge. She's going stupid. She's gigantic. He was always struggling with his quirks, so I was worried about him. Looks like he got some skills. I like his flair. Our surprise attack was perfectly planned. So what are these guys doing here? Ooh, who is this guy? He looks crazy. He has like a skull mask on in his head, and he has like a. And then the skull mask, he has like some sort of tube coming out. Who is this? You Rax made it look like you were on your last legs, when in reality you had hundreds of heroes on the wing spread throughout the whole area. From the looks of it, you even anticipated the simulation's development of the paxed force. However, your sacrifice will be in vain. The time of liberation is upon us. Oh, he's a part of the liberation group. Those who speak lies will be run down into the ground. Just like... That's why we see the image of Midnight. He killed her. And now Mina looks... Oh, my goodness. Just like your UA teacher. And we see an image of Midnight. Obviously, Mina... It was Mina, Sato, Kirishima, and so this is a third... Kirishima, let's go! Let's go! Yo. I thought Kirishima would have... Yo, let's go! I thought Kirishima would be in the parking lot with Fat Gum. As soon as he mentioned Midnight, it looked like he must have been one of the guys that killed Midnight. And okay... Yo, as soon as I flip it up some, I see Kirishima's head. He's right next to Mina, and obviously the panel, when as soon as he mentions your UA teacher, obviously Mina turns around. It's a beautiful panel. She like turns around really quickly, and she looks mad, obviously, because the people that found Midnight's body, because they said that she got beat to death, which was so sad. That's such a sad death. Got beat to death. I never forget my anxiety. I'm not even playing, because we got that one panel of like 4 or 5 dudes, or maybe not, maybe like 2 or 3 dudes like walking up to Midnight, and she was ripping her clothes to get the smoke out and everything. And then we cut away, and then we just kept focusing on the Shigaraki fight for like 2-3 weeks. I'm like, where's Midnight? Like, we got to figure out what happened to Midnight. Then after the war ended, it mentioned that she died, and we get the panel of Kirishima, Mina, and Sato fighting her. I'm like, oh. That's messed up. By the way, let's continue. My bad, little side tangent. My bad. Let's continue. Um, let's see. Like the UA teacher, Mia looks mad. Kirishima comes in. Sorry, I'm late. Red Riot. The area's been properly executed, Pinky. Everyone, let's do this. Todoroki showed us how manly he really was. Now it's time to do our part. Oh, we cut to a new part. Yeah. Oh, no, we don't. Yeah, we do. Tak Gobawa National Stadium. So there's even more places for fights going on. I thought it was just a 3. This is crazy. But we see Sato, Ojiro, and Sero. When this battle's done and dusted, we ought to congratulate him properly. Despite the fact he told us the gap between Dabi and himself was far too big. And Sero, he has like little dots next to his thing. The sky, UA school building, Bakugo. Of course he won. That Todoroki. Okay, this is cool. We cut back to Fat Gum and Ayama, and it's a new hero. I mean, not hero, my bad. It's a new villain. Compatently, huh? Yo, this villain was crazy. He or she had like a ton of wrappings around him. It's like a ton of plants in this whole area. So that cage from before was only meant to allow for both forces to split up. And those people were maxed according to that codex. So what's the deal with this particular location then? I wonder what spurred you all to remain here. Is it trust or just blind faith? Is it what you cannot see that you must fear? The very layer that covers this planet? Fat Gum, the heck you talking about? An alien or something? This planet. I'm weighing our options. I'm weighing out your options. Until now, there have been no men who deceived him and lived to tell the tale. You shall be no exception. Oh, he's talking straight to Ayama. Oh, we get his name too. Let me read what he says above it. As a dictator failed his duties, he did not get a second chance. As all for one's latest assassin, let me show you how the job should be done. So he's his personal execution. Tartarus Jailbreaker. Okay, there's some notes on the side. Refers to fables and where beasts and birds fought. The bat would choose whatever side won at the end and be shunned by both sides. Okay, and this, Tartarus Jailbreaker and also all for one's assassin, his or her name, I think it's a him. Kind of look at him, but you never know. His or her name is Kun Idea. Are you still aiming for the best of both worlds, or have you made your choice, Ayama Yuga? You are nothing but the bat stuck between birds and beast. Missy. And we cut to... Yo, is he gigantic? Yo, he's huge. We cut to Spinner, and he's gigantic. We saw that one panel, he was ripped. I thought he was just ripped, but he's huge because Soji, he's fighting him. And he, jumped out the way because he, brought down his sword made out of swords. And President Mike says Shoto has defeated Dabi. And he, slammed his sword on the ground, or sword made out of swords on the ground. I think I had a feeling that Soji was going to fight Spinner. But he said, up against that cruel face of destiny, Todoroki still faced it head on and stood his ground. Dabi lost? Impossible. Yeah, this has to be tricky because he's gigantic. How did he get so big? Impossible. This is just Panomura, the boost morale he couldn't have. Oh, we get a little scene of them both talking in the little cave. No chance in heck. He has everything. A purpose in life, a goal, power. We see a panel of All for One grabbing Spinner by the mouth. What do I have in comparison to him? There's absolutely no way, nothing, that someone with his tendency would ever lose. get Korogiri back from his captures. Yeah, obviously he was leading all like the mutated quirk users, and they're all going that. Whoa, they're all going out. Destroy the status QUO. Do it for me and Sagaranki's sake. Tear down everything that oppresses, oppressed, and pre pre preceded us. Soji Todoroki, I'm proud that I get to be in the same class as you. Soji says this. We cut back to Todoroki. He's on the ground, all beat up. He's looking at Ida with his new mask. It looks pretty cool. I stalled your engines, didn't I? I'm sorry. Why are you apologizing? Why is he still alive? Is he crying? There's some sort of like white glow on his chest. Dobby's. I don't know what that is. We call Yogan everybody. We cut to Gunga Mountain Resort. Unexpectedly, the news reaches even further. Endeavor, he's kind of shook up. What's with that face? Is that relief? Sorrow? Here it comes. Don't listen to him, Endeavor. Not even looking Toya in the eyes and just letting little Soto deal with him as all your pain. And now you're going to justify your actions by saying something like, a hero has a lot to protect. He's already begun the verbal assault. Dax, I'll end the chapter. Yeah, this is going to be a tough fight. This is going to be a tough fight. Oh, man. That's why you can't win, number one. And the last panel is all for one during this. And on one finger, you see wing sives. On another finger, you see flames. On another finger, you see some rock coming out. Another finger, you see some sort of goop coming out. Another finger, you see that. Remember when he made his arm gigantic? All those spikes were coming out. So each finger has a different quirk on it. This is gonna be a tough fight. It's gonna be a real tough fight. And that was the end of the chapter. We just get some cool color panels. So this was nice. This was nice. Somehow they have like speakers that's just everywhere. Well, they sent these villains to specific spots. So I guess they would have speakers there to like inform everybody what's going on. So that's pretty cool. We got like a recap to see what everybody. This was a long chapter. We don't normally get long chapters like this. Two, we got a tiny little recap to see where everybody's at. Obviously, we got two new locations. We got two new locations because before it was just the parking lot, all for one, and the sky with UA. We got two new locations. We got the containment center with Gang Shamaki because there's villains there trying to bust them out, and we also got I think three more because we got the Gang Shamaki containment center. We also got the Takoba National Stadium where Sato and them are at. So that's 5. And then we also got where Spinner and Soji are fighting. So that's 6. Yeah, that's 6 locations now. Cause at first it was just 3, and we got 3 more this chapter. So we got 6, and Class 1B is helping out in this fight. I was wondering, like, why is it only Monoma? Like, why is it only Monoma from Class 1B helping out? And Class 1B has a whole ton of students. Why are they helping? But no, Class 1B is helping out in this fight. So, and it looks like in the parking lot, it's just that one assassin villain from Tartarus. I mean, we didn't get to see what the other Tartarus villains are. They were the people around Todoroki was so happy. They were like, man, all we got left is this giant Numu. I'm so glad we didn't get those Tartarus villains. Yeah, with those Tartarus villains? You know, I'm so glad of that. They were so happy they did not get the Tartarus villains. But I guess we'll see next who we get to see. Obviously, Todoroki, he beat Dabi, so that's a win right there. The first big villain defeat of the war. And obviously, everybody heard it. 2, in Todoroki's group, all they really have left is that gigantic Nomu that was like the size of Godzilla left. But they have a ton of different heroes there, so they'll probably be able to wear it out or be able to kill it sooner or later. But Todoroki, he seems about spent. For a little while. He'll probably get back up and help, but he seems about spent right now. Ida, he's fine. He can still fight like a crazy ton because he wasn't in the fight with Todoroki at all. I mean, he was going to be, but the flames were getting too much. They did say that his exhaust were tapped out, but they just take like a few minutes to get recharged, and he can like boost over to wherever he needs to go and help out with the giant Nomu. 2, the containment center. The only villain I can really tell and remember is the slime villain. Other than that, it's a bunch of riff-raff. Obviously, we see Mina's there, Mineta, 2 Class 1 or 3 Class 1B students, and Mount Lady. So that's pretty cool. We get this new guy. We don't get his name, but he has a skull mask and a tube out of his mask. And apparently he's the one, either the main one or one of the ones that killed Mount Lady. And obviously that seems like it's actually going to be either just Mina's fight for this arc or Mina and Kirasima's fight. That'd be cool. Yeah, they're both teaming. Yeah, so this is going to be Mina and Kirasima's fight. That's what it seems like, because obviously they were there when not Mount Lady, when Midnight died. So this would be a lot of really emotional for them. So it looks like that dude is going to be Mina and Kirasima's fight, or maybe just Mina's. But they both found her, so I can see that being Mina and Kirasima's fight. They're going to have to tag team this dude to see how crazy it is. 3, Fat Gum. Not Fat Gum. We cut to we see a bridge, but the Taku National Stadium. We don't see any villains that they're fighting, but all we see is Sero, Sato, and Ojiro. That's all we see. And when we cut back to the sky, we don't see anything else besides Bakugo. It's just a close-up shot of Bakugo talking. When we go back to the parking lot, we got this new villain who is a personal assassin of All For One. He's also a jailbreaker from Tartarus, so he's crazy good. It seems like he's really going to be aiming for Yuga Yama, which is pretty funny because we just got him in One Justice 2. But it seems like he's going to be aiming for Ayama because, he's the one that betrayed All For One. And he said normally people do that. They don't really live. He's the one exception, so it looks like he's going to be the main one after him. So Ayama's probably going to awaken his quirk. Now, not awake, but he'll probably be able to use his quirk a lot more now without his stomach fracturing or whatever, and do some sort of crazy beam in combination with Fat Gum. He or her looks pretty cool. His hair, I think it's a dude. I'm gonna say it's a dude. I'm just say it's a dude. His hair kind of looks like carpet. It kind of looks like what are those called? Not blinds. Not seats. What are they called? Blind? I don't know. But it kind of looks like carpet or little frills. Little frills. We cut back to Spinner. But Trigger doesn't. I guess All For One gave him a quirk to make himself get bigger, and he using Trigger. Because when we got that panel of Spinner before, he was just super buff in that one panel. But here, he is huge. He's towering over Soji and slamming his sword down. So he is gigantic. So I'm guessing All For One gave him a quirk to make himself big. And also, he's just going crazy. He's foaming at the mouth. Obviously, when he heard Dabi lost, he just started going ballistic. So he must be using Trigger. So it must be a combination of obviously another quirk from All For One that can make himself bigger. 2, he might be using Trigger, but maybe it's just him being bigger. Cause I'm saying he's using Trigger because as soon as he heard Dabi lost, he started going ballistic. But that might actually be his real feelings. That might actually be his real feelings for why he's just going really ballistic. So you never know. That just might be his actual feelings. And I had a feeling that Soji was going to be the one to fight Spinner because they're both are the mutant types of quirks. And, we find out in the story that, mutant types of quirks, they get discriminated on pretty hard. And I guess we don't really know his backstory like that, Spinner's, but he probably got discriminated hard in his life, and probably Soji did too. I think Horikoshi came out and said that the reason he wears a mask was because some little girl saw Soji's face and it looks kind of creepy, and she started crying, so Soji just wears the mask all the time. I don't know if he's gonna change that in the main story. I think he just offhandedly said that in an interview, or somebody asked him, he just said that. But I guess he could change the reason why he actually has the mask when he reveals it in the story. I don't know, but he probably got discriminated on in two separate paths. Something's going on with Dabi because when the guy grabs him, hey, how come he's not dead? And he grabs him. We see a close-up of Dabi's chest, and then we zoom back in on his chest, and it's some sort of white dots. I don't know what that is. This kanji beside the dots, so it's something. Some sort of white dot. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I got nothing. I honestly got nothing. I don't know what that white dot is supposed to be. I don't know. And when we cut back to the Gonga Mountain fight, obviously, hearing that his son Dabi just got defeated, kind of shook up Endeavor a little bit, and obviously, All For One is going to take that chance to do some psychological manipulation to Endeavor, trying to mess him up even more in this fight. And then we see him obviously He's finna go crazy. Literally, wind size, fire, earth, poison, buffness, just all these quirks on one finger. He's finna go crazy with these quirks. This is gonna be a tough fight. This is gonna be a real tough fight. Whew. I feel bad for them. I really feel bad for them. This is gonna be a tough fight, boy. This is gonna suck. This is gonna suck. Major, man. This is gonna hurt. But hey, it's a decently long chapter. I liked it. But that's about all I got for y'all today. I guess I'll see y'all next time for the review for next week. Like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you all later. I thank you all for watching. I thank you all there for being wonderful human beings. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Oh. Bye-bye. I forgot the snap. How do you forget the snap? Come on now. Yeah, that's about it. When I say the Kung Fu Lady, what was it? I remember it was the first movie, and all those heroes were like captured, and when they got out of the National Weather Service, thunderstorm warning in effect for this area until 2. Okay. All right. Bye.